So, do we have to go into the Tiger Head's cave from Aladdin?
I think we have to... Wait, that scroll is still in the tiger's head, or that lion's head. We can't pull it out.
It's it's inside of the like orbs. You pulled out like this gem that formed into into the scroll, and it made like this weapon that you're now holding.
Oh, okay.
It's like all in the same.
I'm stumped. So do we go back from here?
I think we have everything from here we need. Oh, my character sheet's messed up. Why are all my spells completely written out in the character sheet?
I don't know. I haven't touched anything for like a month. And I don't know if we're gonna have a long session today. I'm kind of out of it. But yes, the question goes, my friends. What is your plan?
Well, I'd like to destroy the thingy with the obelisk, but it's how to get there.
So, I think we can agree that currently it's a bit untenable for us to just walk up.
I mean, last time that you were there, you remember seeing an army of about 10,000 blight creatures.
Marcus, could you show us the world map again, please?
Sure.
Now, if I remember correctly, yes, I have a portal right here in Stalingrad.
Yes.
So we can teleport fairly close to there. Now, if I also remember correctly, and I have to scroll far down for that, I have the spell Seeming, yes. Which allows me to basically turn us into, or at least visually, turn us into blight creatures. That's 8 hours. I have 2 level 5 spell slots. So it's technically possible for us to spend 16 hours trekking and then 8 hours resting inside of the sphere. So we could look like Darkspawn at least. Perhaps it's not entirely untenable to walk up to the thing.
I mean, you might not remember this, but you did learn that they kind of work like a hive mind. They might sense that you're not a part of them. But then again, that might fool them. Not necessarily all of them work like that.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say we probably can fool the lower rungs, but anything lieutenant level and above is probably going to be smart enough to figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody needs to tell me how to collapse my spells, because this is getting very tedious.
I believe you just click Click on. Have they changed it? Oh, you press the I button.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, they have apparently updated Roll20.
now another possibility is this obelisk has to have been built by someone. And that someone probably had a fairly high level of technology. It's not entirely impossible that whoever built this thing also did include a teleportation circle, or some way to quickly move there. If we could find some information on that, maybe we could discover the teleportation sequence and infiltrate the obelisk directly and then just blitz to wherever the heart does.
The other problem that you do know about is inside of the obelisk there was like a anti-magic shield that none of your spells inside of the obelisk did not really work. That includes the flying spell. That's granted by your winged boots.
I do not want to go there anymore.
So basically, we can't get close to it.
Well, you can get close to it. That is gonna be a slight issue. It's gonna be hard, but inside of it, if you manage to get inside, is you gotta destroy the heart, and if you wanna try to use any magic, you gotta figure out what's going on with that anti-magic field that's going inside of in there. Because last time that you guys were there inside of the obelisk and you saw the heart, you wanted to fly there, but when you tried your winged boots, all you figured was you could jump a little higher. But then you would fall immediately.
So we can't get close enough to use the spear on the heart, basically.
We need information. Can I make a history check to see how old the Pale Tower is?
Sure. You have heard some legends, but the specific date is like unknown.
When did the Blight first appear?
1,000 years ago.
So that obelisk has to have been at least 1,000 years old.
Well, the thing is, according to the legends, well, not even the legends, you know this for a fact, the first obelisk that appeared was in the Black Ice Wastes, which was a empire in the past. But the obelisk and the Blight destroyed the empire. But the heroes, you talked to one of the heroes, you heard from him that they managed to stop the obelisk, but the emperor lived on. And it seems that the emperor has probably constructed this second obelisk.
Okay, so it turns out the Emperor trying to fight probably originated from an entirely different empire.
Because his name was the traitor emperor, and well, you could just imagine what went in through that.
Yeah.
But
You guys
yeah,
think? Okay, guys. The Pale Tower probably has one of the most extensive libraries on the continent, together with perhaps cities like Runheim. So I figure we can probably find some pretty old maps and texts there. That may or may not give us the location of the old capital of the Black Ice Wastes Empire, And perhaps there we can find records about what went into the construction of those obelisks, which again may or may not give us information about the whole anti-magic field. Does that sound like a solid plan?
Oh, I'm on mute. Sorry. Yeah, it sounds like a solid plan, but my question is, are we going to do this after the siege or before?
I think it'd be better to do it before, because
I figured trekking through through most of the continent is going to take a while.
well, yeah, there is that.
Unless, of course, we can find some texts in the old library that give us a teleportation sequence to the old capital. Then again, I assume we're going to spend weeks in that library.
Take a while.
Hell, probably weeks in several libraries.
I'm sure if we left a note or something, they could help look for it for us while we do the siege. Maybe when we come after the siege, we can go in there and see what they have already, since it's their library, the mages, right? So they would know where a lot of the stuff is at themselves.
That is very reasonable. If we can get the librarians to help us, that should speed up things a lot.
I'm sure we can convince them. Remember, it's the fate of the world that's at stake.
Even if we can't convince them with that, we do have the ear of a king.
I mean, they've been pretty helpful to you. They helped you with the scroll, the Elder Scroll that you gave them.
Alrighty then. Do we have any competing ideas, or do we want to do that?
I'm good with that. I'm sure Ash, as long as there's alcohol involved. Oh wait, there's no alcohol in the Pale Tower. I'm sorry.
Why don't they have alcohol there?
Because they don't believe in that. Remember, that's why the we left and we ended up fighting. What was it?
But I don't understand how you can't believe in it. I see it everywhere I go. I believe.
Well, they don't believe in it strong enough.
We need to make a stop at Runheim first anyways.
Well, we got to get more information before, because we don't want to burst into the castle place. We can't fly in.
And there was a little side adventure that we did not really complete. Remember the meeting that I was talking about? It seems that one of the members in the meeting might have been a traitor, so that's still a little unsolved.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because they both disappeared. But aren't they held under custody right now, both of them?
Yeah.
I think we found one of them, didn't we?
You found both of them.
Yeah, we found both. The chick we found
that was
first.
like this female of I don't remember. Hold on, let me open it up. Five Sunsets Thief. I believe it was the
Didn't she fall down?
priestess of Leda. You found immediately. She was like injured. And,
Did she fall down some stairs repeatedly?
No, remember that there was like these like gargoyles that could hide themselves. She was maybe ambushed by them. You're not 100% certain about that. And then there was the priest of Saloon.
And he was being tortured.
And he was like this old man who was tortured by like this demon torturer that you managed to stop.
I have a simple but a very unacceptable solution for this problem. We just kill them both. Listen, we asked them, do you love your nation? Do you want to stop the blight? Kill yourself. Well, no, the mole will be,
I don't think the high priests are going to go for that.
Don't ask them. Let's just do it.
Just ask them if they really love their god and want to meet them as soon as possible.
I believe one of your previous plans involved getting into their hometowns and seeing if they have a copy somewhere walking about. But that turned out to be a little unfeasible plan.
Yeah, too much.
Or we could interrogate them. I got Zone of Truth.
But I take it that you guys want to go to Runeheim.
Yes, one way or another, we first need to go to time.
So, on your horseback, because I remember you guys borrowing or buying horses.
Marcus?
Oh, okay, fine.
Just saying, I have 2 of those per day, and the trek to Runeheim is pretty long.
Indeed. So I can delete that map for a little bit of space because I cancelled my subscription. It was getting a little pricey. Okay. Runeheim. Yes. So you teleport through the gate and you go into the Runeheim that seems to be preparing for a, doing some early preparation for a potential siege.
Interesting. They just assume we're going to fail.
Better to be.
You know, I take this personally, but it's kind of smart.
Sure, the main road here is through, like, I'm just gonna call it the Sky Castle. No, hold on, I can find its name. Seeker's Folly. But the problem was that you can stop the main army there, but there's still going to be people who's gonna get through. So if there's gonna be a secondary assault, they need to be prepared. Either way, whatever happens.
You know, I would be offended if it wasn't a smart thing to do.
Is there anyone we can talk to sort of within the King's Council or within the tower? Just bounce some ideas off as regards to how we could get to the obelisk effectively. They might have resources or ideas that we don't. And we might have information they don't have. I mean, it's just something we could discuss for like half a day between the two groups.
Could be a potential.
Worth a try. I mean, we've got the time.
Indeed.
Fair.
We're not in a hurry for the siege. I don't know if we're gonna do it today. I'm kinda out of it, like I said. We might do the early parts. But, alright. Who are, anybody in specific in mind? There's the king, but the king is not really knowledgeable about magic. This city does not really have any mages per se. It has, since it's more of a Dwarven influence, this is more like they know about like Dwarven rune magic and like artificers and stuff like that. There's the priest and the paladins of the churches. They're like main leaders. They might have some knowledge. And there's Logan Wood, who you just recently resurrected. Who you found inside of the obelisk.
Personally, I'd like to request an audience with the king.
Alright. That's no problem, since you are doing kind of cooperation. It takes a little while, but you manage to get in front of the king. For some reason, there's a lion.
Your Majesty, it is an honor to meet you again. And a pleasure.
Welcome. I feel like it's been a long while.
It feels too long, but it has been short. Either way, we have begun to fortify the castle, and we have retrieved a weapon against the Blight.
Oh, good.
However,
I was hoping
we
for some good news.
However, we currently lack ways to deliver the weapon, as it were. For that, what we truly need is information. As such, I would ask for your help in two things. At first, I would like to have use of the royal archives, as well as any other archives in the city and its librarians. And I would ask for a royal writ requesting the same kind of information from the Pale Tower, which I assume is the other biggest library, well, on the continent.
Well, Pale Tower is by far the largest. Nothing competes.
Indeed. And as such, a royal writ from you would perhaps smooth the way in requesting the use of their librarians as well.
Well, I might not have the power for that, but I can ask the 5 churches for that. That should be no issue.
That would be a great help.
The Pale Tower has always been an independent faction. It has no involvement from any of the kingdoms. But
yes. You misunderstand. I do not request you to order them. I request to ask.
Of course, we do have a little bit of sway.
Indeed.
But just so you don't misunderstand. But of course, you may use our library.
That is wonderful. And perhaps in order for your librarians to make this their, well, not top, their only priority.
Very well. We will have our own research team still going on. We have a warp to prepare, after all.
I do not think that any other information you will uncover in your archives is going to help as much as this one.
Of course. But still, we need to prepare for the Empire's armies.
Yes, I do not request your soldiers, merely your librarians and archivists.
Of course. We will have a few key strategists, but the rest will be investigating the main issue.
Excellent. Then, with your permission, we will take our leave.
You may leave.
Alright, off to the archives.
I don't need a map for it, but you go into the, Runheim archives, which is deep within the mountain, and you see, the main archives, and you see, this older section, which is imbued into the mountains, where you see, a good healthy amount of dwarfs.
Excuse me, you, could you point me to the head archivist?
Yeah, over there. He's the dwarf who looks like he's ancient.
Thank you very much. Excuse me, Honorable Elder, Head Archivist. I have come with a I am the Great Samolini, and I have come with a request, as well as permission from the king to carry it out.
Let me see the wreath.
I hand it to him.
I see.
I will require you to gather all archivists and librarians currently here, so they can assist and listen to what we need.
Of course. And you see, like, one of the helpers come in and gather up some people, and within a little while you have like about 90% of the like people there present. You see like 10% like keeping into the like war goals.
Gentlemen, ladies, I will require a bit of your attention. Whatever you were working on is no longer important. You have a new top and only priority. You are to search for information on a few subjects that will possibly help us win this war. In the center of the Blight, there is a black obelisk. You will search for any information inside of the archives that may pertain to said obelisk. Furthermore, in the Black Ice Wastes, there used to be an empire. We require information on said empire, especially the location of its capital city. If you can find any old sequences for teleportation circles, that would be extremely useful and could potentially turn the tide of this war. I know this will not make sense to most of you, but I will need you to trust us.
One of the librarians raises his hand.
I know, this will not make a lot of sense to you. However, I will require you to trust both us and the king that this is of vital importance. Yes, you have a question?
Not really a question, but I'm sort of the expert in the nomadic tribes here.
Excellent. Then we shall be picking your brains, as it were, in a moment. The rest of you, any questions?
They seem a little excited to actually get into some important work.
Excellent. Then off you go.
Some of, a couple of them are hesitant. It's like, but my research
is now not important.
But how we will ever know if the cheese will float?
You can get back to that after the war, or you will not have any research funds ever again.
But they go in the work. Since
now,
it's a king's command.
Now, Mr. Expert, what is your name, if I may ask?
Ashley.
Ashley. Madame, you're beautiful as your name. Now, you said you were an expert on the tribes.
Yes, the nomadic tribes, which there are 12 of.
I assume they are descendants of the old empire?
Descendants, and some of them are exiles. The exiles are a little bit more aggressive than the remains. You might have heard of them. There's the Northern Berserkers, as Southerners call them. Quite capable warriors.
Fearsome warriors indeed. Perhaps there is merit in trying to recruit them. However, I fear that actually transporting them to this place would take far too long.
Now, in terms of... I do have a little bit of bad news. In terms of your teleportation, I know of two. One of them is in the Ashfall Mountains, which sequence has been lost.
Marcus, I'm going to need the word map here.
Hold on. Over here. Ashfall Mountains, which used to be one of the dwarven footholds in there. Unfortunately, we do not have any records of the sequence there. Trust me, I have looked. But I do you know who has them?
Who does?
You're not gonna like this. But, there's a larger library here in the Empire of Caliph. And there's a researcher who happens to know that particular sequence.
I fail to see how this helps us.
Well, if you really want a sequence for a portal, you could try and ask him, but the problem is he is in the Empire. But, like I said, there's 2 portals. The second portal is in the only city left in the nomadic tribes. Well, it's not really a city, it's a village. But the problem is the villagers are somewhat hostile. They do not like people coming through the portal. Last time that I heard somebody went through it, well, they never returned. They sent in their heads instead.
See.
Well, those people seem lovely. I want to meet them.
I do suspect that we could break through, as it were. Do you have the exact sequence of that teleportation?
Of course, I do. The third way is by boat, of course. Or walking through the mountains, but that is highly dangerous.
Yes, it would also be far too slow. If you could mark the circle on my map and write down the sequence, that would be lovely.
Of course, here. It's by the river.
And while we're at it, this researcher fellow who knows the circle sequence of the Ashfall Mountains, would he happen to live close to a teleportation circle?
Well, the court cities. Actually, let me see where he lives these days. Well, there is, yes, he does live in the court city, which does have a teleportation circle, but he points to your wanted posters. That might be a little issue.
Yes, indeed. No, I would still be happy to have the circle sequence,
Of course,
but I
here.
don't believe we will be using it.
We're famous.
Yes.
I wonder what's our bounty.
But keep in mind that the Empire might have disabled that, considering the situation.
At the very least, it will be under heavy guard. Now, you're an expert on the nomadic tribes, but are you also an expert on the Empire that used to be there?
Ah, the Monk Empire. Yes, what was it named?
Sorry,
Dra-
called it the Monk Empire?
well, it was a traditionalist monk. They believed Monk Empire. They believed in the ways of the way of the Buddha.
So, a monastic society.
Yeah, monastic. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Interesting. Can you tell me what it was called?
Hold on. I don't think I actually named them. No. I did not name them, so tell you what. I'm gonna quickly go into the city name generator.
While you're at it, generate a capital city for me, please.
It's that. Tovarin Dynasty.
Baron Empire. There we go.
And the
And I'm going
capital...
to say the capital was Tovar.
Tovar?
Yeah, because fuck you, that's why.
Like that?
No, Tovar. Like the Tovaran dynasty. Keep up, Marcus.
Sure, whatever.
Just like Rome was the capital of the Roman Empire. Empires are not very creative usually.
They're really not.
Now, could you tell me more about the fall of the Tovar Empire? The Tovaran Empire?
Ah, yes. Well, the legend has always gone that when the first blight appeared, there was a magician who researched some forbidden magic. And that is rumored how the blight was originally created. And one day, something appeared that made the blight more powerful, more united, until they eventually just overswarmed the empire. Well, the dynasty.
Let's see. Can you tell me where exactly Tovar was located?
Tovar was located by the rivers. That stream from the Asphalt Mountains towards the south. Yeah, in fact, I happen to have a map. Let me mark it on it. I'm just gonna draw an axe. It should be around here. That's at least where the ruins are.
And would I perhaps be correct in assuming that the blight originated somewhere close to that?
The rumor is that it originated to the east of the city.
But close enough that the city would have fallen in the early days, perhaps?
Yes, it was one of the first places to fall.
Now, I realize this is all the, domain of myths and stories. But is it known how the city fell? Was it burned down? Was it overrun?
I do not know. Probably overrun if I were to give it a guess.
Does anyone know if in what condition the city or the ruins are?
Complete ruins, according to the nomadic tradesmen who occasionally visit.
But not burned out ruins?
Well, some of it has been burned out, and some of them has just fallen to the ages of time. Nobody really dares to go and investigate further, because there are voices.
Voices?
Terrible creatures making howling noises. Their darkness shifts in the ruins, and they see it, a gigantic creature of unimaginable power.
Interesting. Undead?
We do not know. All we can tell, it has a dark cloak and a misty form. It might be nothing more than a ghost or an illusion. The tradesmen never have been specific.
Interesting. So if the city has not been completely burned down, and there is something guarding it, it is not impossible that some of the older texts might have survived inside, in sheltered locations.
Well, it was always rumored that even though it was destroyed, their technology is still more advanced than ours. Heck,
These may...
I even know that they used to have a really powerful line of martial artists, but it seems that they disappeared for the most part.
You know, these may actually prove to be fruitful. This might very well be the place where we can discover what we need. I do not assume that any teleportation circles and their sequences survived.
No, they were destroyed by either the tribesmen or during the war. In fact, it is rumored that the teleportation circles were created by them.
Have you attempted to use all of the sequences you have found?
Yes, all of them. There is one that is, in fact, is active, but I did not mention because it's kinda inside of a volcano.
When you say inside of volcano,
Last time that we sent a observation ball, it was literally inside of, well, almost inside of the lava.
Almost? That shouldn't be an issue for me.
almost inside the lava, but not entirely.
It was slightly submerged. We do not know what would happen if a person went through it. We estimate death.
But no lava came through to your side, correct?
No.
That would suggest to me that no lava actually is surrounding the teleportation circle. Perhaps held back by a shield of some kind?
Perhaps. The other one was, in fact, that I did not mention, inside of a frozen river or a lake of some kind. When we tried to open it, a bunch of frost came through. And we assume that is not usable at all.
Interesting. I would like both sequences, please.
Of course.
We shall ask in the Pale Tower if they have anything else.
I will warn you though, if you go after the Ashfall Mountains, it is rumored that a powerful dragon lives there.
Marcus. Don't tease me like that. Well, we do not have this sequence for the Ashfall Mountains anyways.
Yeah, not yet.
And from what you marked about the teleportation circles on the map, they appear to be further away than the village, so...
Actually, hold on, since it's a volcano. There we go.
The village is still our best bet.
And the river would be actually inside of the lake. There we go. That makes a little bit more sense. But that is all of the information that I have at least gathered.
Then I thank you for your service and ask that you continue searching. Especially for information on the obelisk.
Yes, that is a little bit of an unknown to me.
Then, my friends, do any of you need to do something in Runheim?
Not really. I've got all my bombs, got all my bits. I'm pretty much ready to rock and roll wherever we go.
Same here. I've been. All I need is all I have to do is cast spells, so I'm good.
Yeah, same. Nothing. I gotta do nothing but cast spells, so I'm good.
It's bite.
In that case, I suggest we relocate to the Pale Tower for the night.
Okay.
Yeah.
You travel to the bell tower.
Let me just take off another ink from our bag of holding.
Oh, we've just
Isn't
used.
it great that we have so much money we can actually burn through it at that rate?
Yeah.
Well,
but we need to
remember
lock
for
our
the
drink
pale
using
tower,
it.
you do not really need to burn anything.
That's 2 inks down. So somebody
No,
can
Marcus,
help.
the spell costs us 50 gold pieces every time.
I know, but you can just for this one travel through the gate without any problems because the gate is
Oh, yeah.
literally just a walk
Oh, they
from the fucking city.
Yeah,
Oh, so they have a permanent gate?
Yeah, from
Nice.
Runheim to Pale Tower, there's a perma gate.
Nice.
Where you were in the Kingdom of Top 5, there was none. That's why you teleported to the Runheim, and there's one perma gate.
Well, in that case,
The last time that the issue was, you didn't have the permission to enter the Pale Tower, that's why you needed like that written permission as a guest. But since you you are like now a regular visitor, you have like a guest pass.
wonderful. Excuse me. I would like to request directions to your library.
Ah yes, I might direct you.
That would be wonderful.
Follow me. You once again like get contact with the second in command of the tower. The Grandmaster, let's call him. This is the library of the Grand Tower. Pale Tower. Grand Tower. It is in its separate pocket dimension. As you can see, it goes for quite a while. And you see like this expanse of like books and scrolls and just information upon information go for what seems to be forever.
Wonderful. Sir, I realize this is a big request. But I have a writ from the King of Runheim here who seconds the request and asks that you assist us if in your means. We require the use of some of your librarians to find information while we are absent.
Well, that
It
is
is-
quite an interesting request.
It
I
is
ask for
quite the
what
blight.
for?
You see, we have recently acquired a weapon against the blight, but we have trouble delivering it, so to speak. We require information on the black obelisk that lies at the heart of the blight.
Ah, the Black Obelisk. I believe I might have heard about that.
We're told that a similar obelisk once stood in the Black Ice Wastes, and as such, wish to also investigate the ancient capital of the Tovaran Empire.
Ah, Tobar. Yes, I'm familiar with that place at least.
Would you happen to know if any teleportation circle inside of the capital or close to it have survived?
Unfortunately, no.
It is unfortunate. I suppose we shall not be able to make a short expedition of this then.
Indeed, that location was destroyed a long time ago. It's believed that it was destroyed first during the war against the first blight. The legend goes that some nameless hero destroyed the portal to prevent the blight from expanding faster.
See. By any chance, would you happen to know about the mage who is rumored to, have originated the blight?
Unfortunately, the records of that are lost. All we know that he was named the Traitor Emperor. after that.
Do we know if perhaps he was the emperor at the time, or perhaps someone close to him?
No, we do not
A court
believe he
mage?
was the emperor. That is our far as our studies has gone. We estimate that he was either the head mage or second in command.
Perhaps in any old maps, would their place of residence have been listed? Perhaps it was a residence associated with the position,
No,
as some cities have towers for their head mages.
well, we do know that they had a meditation room, a large one, that had a room for their head warriors, and beyond that there was the Grand Masters, which our tradition is based upon, as I am the Grand Master of this tower. Beyond me is the Archmage.
Let's see. So there is a possibility that we could find the former quarters of this person if they have survived.
Possibly.
Oh,
They
you
should
could find-
It's been 1,000 years. The ruins have mostly vanished by the age, by time, but those temples were constructed to last for eons and were reinforced with magic, what I understand.
So it's possible the quarters survived. This is
Could
actually
be.
good news.
From what it sounds like, yeah.
Now, if you agree to lend us some of your librarians to look into this, and should they find information on where these quarters could have been, this would be a great boon.
Of course. We will ask for volunteers.
Thank you. It could
This
mean
does sound quite an interesting study.
it could mean a great blow against the Blight, perhaps even its end.
Yeah, when you say ask for volunteers, I think what you mean to say is tell volunteers.
No, we
Ash-
do not hold power upon our students. They either volunteer or they do their own studies. We believe
Ash-
in the
If
way
we
of
threw money in
freedom
there as well.
of study.
Ash, be nice. We don't actually have any power here.
Aren't we at war?
The Pale
Oh,
Tower
these
does
people-
not concern themselves with wars. But since it is the plight, it is our obligation to help.
There we go.
They are helping. Gift horse.
Indeed. Moreover, this might not have anything to do with it, but in the Empire we now sense a magical presence stronger than our entire tower's might.
Well, there is a very powerful and old magical presence there. I believe you call him the Traitor Emperor?
That would make him 1,000 years old. If
Sounds
you are
about right.
correct.
Yes. But then, has anyone ever seen a creature of the Blight age?
Fair. But if you are certain of that, that would make him the second in command, or like I said, the head mage of the nomadic dynasty.
Okay. Sounds about
More
right.
than likely.
Yes, we suspect that is what he used to be.
In fact, a little reminder, but the hero that you talked to, pretty much confirmed that your suspicions of, yeah, that guy used to be like this big leader until he betrayed the entire empire.
Did he say who precisely he was?
Yeah, he told you that, like, well, he didn't know by his name, but he knew about, like, this, about him.
Yeah, but did he say he was the head mage, like the archmage? Of the
No,
Empire,
no,
whatever?
not exactly. He told you that if you wanted more information, there used to be a really close friend of his who still guards the remains of the old obelisk
And that's in
Sweet.
in the Black
north.
Ice Wastes.
So we have like 3 possible avenues of finding out information in the Black Ice Wastes.
Correct.
So, once the siege is over, I think we have our new plan.
Okay.
Alright.
I mean, we have to go up north anyway, so now we have more reasons to go up north.
Exactly.
Give me a moment. Okay, I'm back. I don't know how long we're gonna still continue today. My throat is kind of getting annoying. Getting just like this concentration of fucking spit and. Bleh. But okay. Do you gotta. You're gonna go for the siege now?
Yeah, we don't have anything else planned.
Well-
Now it's just waiting.
Yeah, we have to spend the night because I don't actually have any more level 5 spell slots, but after that, yes.
Okay. So, you go back after a little bit of travel back into the Seeker's Folly,
Oh, I
or
better
Sky
bomb.
Castle, or whatever we called it.
Where's my bomb sheet? Hang on.
And I'll make some more gems. Sorry, some more ink with today's batch, since I can use it once a day.
And you get back, and like the commander of the castle comes up to you and is like, you get like a day of rest in the Seeker's Folly. You lay down more like simple barricades and whatever.
And explosive runes, I mean, clips of warding with fireball.
I believe we have more than enough of those.
There can always be more. Don't forget, I can activate them at a trigger phrase, so I can just divide them into waves of fireballs.
But in about midday, you see like the commander comes up to you of the like castle here, and he's like, "Hey there, listen, we might have something for you. Are you listening?
Mm-hmm.
We hear you.
Our scouts saw the approaching Empire's forces by the watchtowers, and we were wondering, we have a chance to strike them before they get here to lessen their force. Would you be interested?"
Perhaps. What precisely would that entail?
There's two ways we saw to take advantage of this. You either leave now and go to the watchtower and slow down their main, their feeling out strike. That should give them a proper scare and make them weary of us if we strike hard enough there. The second way to strike them, we saw a supply train in the mountain. We could strike there and possibly lessen their troops' power by denying them food and weapons.
Has anybody spotted where the command structure is? The officers, the leaders?
Unfortunately not yet. These are only their
Vanguard.
They might have a lieutenant there, which if you manage to kill them, well, that could be a potential hit. Especially in the watchtower, I would imagine that they would have some kind of a leader.
Have they got any casters with them?
Probably.
What I'd like to do is, the supply train is one thing, but remember there's a lot of blight creatures, so food won't be that much of a big deal. But if we can take out the casters and the leaders, then that will make things significantly easier. But we might not get that chance until they actually turn up for the siege.
True, but the leaders are likely to be with their forces. And their vanguard is not going to be 10 people.
No, the vanguard...
It's still the vanguard of an army.
Yeah. The vanguard won't really have... Well...
Either way, it does not seem that the Empire is not sending their entire might against us this time. It seems this is more like a feeling out strike to see how prepared we are.
Well then, I think we need to save our resources if this is just a probing strike. I don't want to go all out on that. That would just be a waste, because in terms of incendiaries and explosives, mess them up with. We've only got to fix them.
That's why I think we should take the chance and choose one of the either ways, either strike their vanguard or hit their supplies.
I say an army marches on its stomach, and any blight creatures that are cannibalized by their compatriots are dead before we have to kill them.
I agree. An army marches on its stomach. Let's attack the food supply.
Well, that's the strange thing. We haven't seen any blight creatures. It seems to be made of mostly of the Empire soldiers.
Right, hit the supply train then if it's human.
Always supply train first, and then anything else afterward.
Indeed.
In terms of saving resources, is it possible to sort of... I mean, we've got the winged boots, just asking this, the rest of the... If we could have multiple casts of grease on the supply train and then just light it up, burn it from the air. Just as an introductory strike, and then go with it.
Sorry, are you asking if that's possible, or...
That's what I'm thinking. We'd need more than one cast of grease, and then and then some fire.
I mean, I could give you... I could give you about 15 casts of grease.
If we all had a few each, say on scrolls, and then just read them, and then, some way of setting them on fire after we've cast them the length of the supply train, and then start the thing burning. And then we can just clean up anything else, just destroy the resources.
I mean, I don't think that setting things on fire is going to be a problem in this group.
Yeah, that could be a possibility.
I don't actually remember, Marcus. Did we agree on the same scroll creation rules?
Maybe. I believe so. We went with the sensible one, I believe.
Okay, and do you remember where that was?
No.
Oh well. Anyways, I don't actually remember off the top of my head, but I think even level 1 spell scrolls were at least a day to create.
Yeah, I believe so. That was the case.
Additionally, if I remember correctly, this place does not have a teleportation circle.
No. You had to come here by horseback.
So
You
we
do
can't
have your emergency exit here, where you drew like a...
Yes, yeah, put that into a glyph of warding. So we can't go and fetch some. Also, technically, I'm not sure if any of us could actually technically cast those scrolls.
No. I mean, maybe some scrolls, but yeah, I believe you might be correct.
Thing is, technically, to be allowed to cast a scroll, again, this is just rules which you can veto at any time, you need to have that on your class spell list. And Grease is a wizard and artificer only spell.
Then the caster has to do it. Then in that case, if you've got 15 casts of it, that's what we'll have to do.
I have 15 spell slots, yes.
What about lighting it?
We have a pyromancer.
What we could do is, I've got, if you do the casts and they overlap, yeah. What have I got? 10-foot radius, 10-foot radius.
I mean, I can cast one at the end, one at the start of the supply train, and then just keep casting after, I don't know, Beal lit them on fire because we have Pyromancer.
The beginning, the end, and then fill in the line, and then basically just set it on fire.
Yep.
Because if the grease overlaps, if you cast at the beginning and the end, it should hit the entire line if they're all covered in grease. And it will be a line, or it will be a circled, camped up supply depot. In which case you modify slightly. Okay, that sounds like a plan. We'll see what it looks like. If it's a line from the air, then we beginning, end, then fill it out. I don't know if you've seen that video of Game of Thrones where the dragon brawls up the Lannister supply line, which is quite nice. I enjoyed that.
Until they ruined that series entirely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then if they're camped out, if they've drawn the wagons up in a circle and they're camped like a depot, then we basically cover the whole depot and then set it alight. It should be easier. That's just one incendiary.
But yeah, that sounds good. Maybe.
Huh. I just remembered I have all of force.
The only downside is that you are in a mountain, so potentially you could cause some avalanches and some loose rocks that might hinder.
Well, it'll hurt their forces, won't it? It'll hurt their advance, if that's the case. So they'd have basically a partially blocked advance, possibly, and incinerated supplies. It's not going to make life a bit difficult for them, isn't it?
Possibly.
True.
But I
don't think I can assist with that, but I do believe that Beal or Lipo, one of the two, could cast Stone Shape.
Yeah, could drop rocks on them as well. I mean, if you want to focus on doing the grease, I've got incendiaries. I could drop a few incendiary bombs from the air to cover the supply line, get it going. I'm not sure of them.
Yeah. So, we have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Time to make that trek.
Yeah, let's do it.
No? you're gonna go after the supply line. Let me just transfer you to a map. As you start going through, like one of the scouts shows you, like if you follow this path, you should be able to come to this supply line that's moving.
How do we avoid being spotted? Because I don't really want to get shot at until there's groups of supplies.
By flying to the top of the rocks.
Yeah.
That's a great thing. We're not actually hindered by any lateral movement.
Hmm.
In fact, hold on, I was going to...
Even if they do spot us, we can fly towards them.
I barely can read what that says. So I'll tell you what, Shadow Assassin, bye-bye. I can't read you what you say. Challenge reading 27. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna throw that. Okay. I found some enemies that I can use. But yeah, you're moving through the mountains and you smartly take up into the sky. And you travel through the corridors of the mountain, maybe even could fly past them. Till you see like a couple of like guards that are patrolling this particular path.
I'm going to do a perception check. Actually, no, Crumpus is. How do I do that?
Yeah, it's just click that thingy.
Oh no, he has persuasion, not
Counter proposal. I'm going to play my DOS loot and cast invisibility on Negus, who can then fly and scout for us.
Crumpus can also fly invisible.
Or that.
Okay, let's go with that. Crumpus, I want you to fly I want you to scout the area out invisible. Not much good in a fight, but at least you can look around before the fight starts.
Yeah, let me just put it like a token that you could potentially see. Or do I need to upload one?
And
I'm just gonna upload one.
So perception is just die 20 plus your wisdom modifier.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Yes, D20 plus wisdom. Yes.
Well,
You should
I'm also
have it in your. You have it under the skills in your character sheet.
Well, it's not for mine. It's for Crumpus.
Oh, what kind of creature is he?
He is an imp. His wisdom is a +1. So D20 +1.
I'm asking because stat blocks usually list the perception value.
Yeah, let's get Krampus to find it first.
You see like this. You see like this cloak figure that is like moving about. You see its figure kind of being cloaked. You see. Let me see what. You see 4 of them in the path. You see some kind of like with Krampus through its eyes. You see some kind of like a magical field surrounding them.
Okay. So there's a magical field surrounding them, and there's 4 cloaked figures, guys. That's what Krampus is seeing directly ahead of us.
You see that they're not exactly walking on the ground. You see that they're like almost like hovering.
Well, great, and they're not even walking. It seems like they have the same boots we have.
And you feel like one of the figures is looking at your imp.
Feels like it. Try to hide. Let's see. He's gonna try to hide behind cover when I feel the eyes on me and move around.
Yeah, you find like this small little crevice that, like rocks that you managed to hide behind.
Alright, so there's 4 guys ahead of us. I'm suggesting we take them out. They might be part of the Emperor's guards or his people.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta do it quietly.
Or do we start a conversation?
You do see like their like cloaks, like they have like a symbol of the Empire on them, clearly.
Okay, yeah. It's the Empire.
What do they look like? Fighters, rogue?
Oh, they were hovering. They look like...
They're like
It looked
cloaked
like
figures, so it's kind of hard
Yeah, they
to
were
tell.
cloaked, so yeah, this... Unless they take off their cloaks, they could be anything.
To be fair, it is cold, so the cloaks do not mean a lot.
Yeah.
I just have to pick
All you
one
can
to-
tell is they have like this like weird aura surrounding them, and they seem to be wielding some kind of a blade on their hilt. Well, yeah.
Now, every spell I use is going to be 1 less cast of grease I can use later. But I think we do have enough incendiary bombs, correct?
Yeah.
I've got plenty of incendiaries. I don't want to use them as train though.
And leave the spells for me. What I first want to do, though, is haste Ash and our rogue friend.
Thank you very much.
So I'm gonna cast haste, double spell, or sorry, twin spell haste.
I've got 10 incendiaries and 1 acid. Seems a bit overkill for a group of 4 though.
That's a 3rd level spell, so oh, sorry. Wrong button.
Mm-hmm.
No, wrong button. There it is.
Just open that. And we can probably roll initiative.
Actually, I'm going to cast invisibility on myself using the DOS loot.
How?
And I would like you guys to let me make the first move, okay?
Okay, but how far apart are the 4?
30 feet.
What's the radius of the sticky bomb that I got, Marcus?
A sticky bomb? Is it in the palm list that you have? Hold on, let me open up
I
the
don't think there was a radius specified for a few of them.
pirate. It does read in them if you look closely, but hold on, let me... Glasses... Pirate. And you said sticky palm.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke palm. Okay, so smoke palm is that, and so the area of it is 15 feet. Radius.
And the sticky bomb is the same. Fine. Or, how far apart are they?
About 30 feet.
Ha ha
Oh, this
ha.
one is 30 feet from the other one. Which is very important for what I'm about to do.
I'll tell you what I could do. I've got one kind of bomb that could stun them that has a 60-foot radius. I've got 2 of them.
I mean, if you don't mind, I would like to cast Hold Person to 5th level,
Okay.
targeting all of them.
Oh, if you can do that, yeah, by all means.
So that's going to be my opening move.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Let me add you all.
I'll hold my action until you do yours.
We should roll initiative.
Yeah, I'm about to.
Indeed.
Way at the bottom. Damn, a
You
1?
do have a little while to study there. It seems to be some kind of a magic field that's generating like some kind of an aura. You can try to roll me like an Arcana check if you want.
Yeah, that would be a good idea if we can get it and find out. Nice.
It seems to be some kind of a arcane shield around them.
Define Arcane Shield, please, for me.
You would imagine that it's kind of like the spell shield.
Okay,
But,
so it's an actual shield and not something that protects them from magical effects. This is not
Yeah.
a no magic field.
Probably. It's like a negative shield. You would imagine if somebody would strike them, they would get some kind of a negative feedback from it.
Alright. Prince, you're probably going to get hurt if you hit them, but...
You
they'll
feel
probably
like
give it
this,
more.
like necrotic aura from it.
No.
Alright.
And you feel like it increases their, like... Well, I'm just gonna say it AC by a little bit.
Hey, what is Ambellini doing all the way up there?
Oh shit, I forgot to token before I rolled initiative.
Getting into range for what I'm about to do.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
Marcus, as my opening move, hold person at 5th level.
I'm a 19, by the way, sorry. There we go. There we go.
Okay. So you rush into in the view of all of them. I'm just imagining that you all are flying, because otherwise you would have no line of sight.
Yes.
Yes.
Pretty sure
And
everyone.
they see you, and
I've got invisible.
they gotta make a
Yeah.
saving throw, you say.
Wisdom save.
Does the dust loot give the thingamabob?
No, this is not a charm effect.
Okay. Then
This is them being physically held.
Okay, I do have a bad news for you. They have ability called Evasion for the first attack. They
This is
do
not an
have
attack.
advantage for. Well, as first spell / attack.
I have that as well.
So they get an advantage for this first time against you. It's bad that it's only the first time. Fuck. I'm gonna regret this. Oh well.
Your fucking
It's
saves, DC's 18.
18, you say. Okay. The one time that... Okay, let's
We
see.
should get a couple of fails. At
So
least,
let's
I
see,
would've
the
thought.
first guy over
Oh.
here saves. Let's go with the right guy. He saves.
No, that's both of the first guy.
Okay, you wanna do the advantage
roll
too?
you-
Okay,
You roll your
fine.
advantage, buddy.
Fine. Okay, the
Second
second
guy
guy
fails.
fails. The third guy fails.
Failed.
And the
Both
last
fails.
guy
Succeeds.
succeeds.
Made it.
So this guy and this guy are currently in the fight. And then they would have rolled initiative.
I believe the rest of my party also gets their turn.
Yeah.
Surprise action.
Technically, they would
Marcus
have to
would.
prepare that.
Yeah, I already prepared my stuff.
I know what I'm going to bloody do. I'm not going to throw anything at them because they're too far apart, and I don't want to waste my big bombs.
It was magical evasion. Then they have normal evasion. Okay. And then they have supernatural evasion. Too bad that none of you have what it requires to activate supernatural evasion.
What does it require to activate that? You'd think magic would be supernatural.
It's any supernatural creature, so ghosts, stuff like that. These guys are mage killers.
Oh, hey.
Well, in that case,
I
I'm
would like to not be here, please.
going to throw something.
Take your action. Well, I believe you moved, which is technically would be your surprise.
Okay. I'm going to throw a 60-foot radius concussive bomb. Evade that.
Wait,
Unless you
when
want
you
to.
hit the ones that are all paralyzed,
No.
do they? Okay.
No, that's why I use this spell. They do
Okay,
not get
then.
an extra
Yeah,
saving
whole
throw.
person is a
and
different thing.
All right, then. Yeah, do whatever you want to do then.
They get an extra saving throw at the end of their turn.
Okay.
Go wild.
Concussion.
Boom. Concussive bomb.
Anybody in the line of sight must make a dex saving throw against your ability to save. Do you know what your ability save is?
Oh, dex save. Yeah, sure.
Also, I believe these two fail at, automatically because they're paralyzed.
I
do
believe
believe that
that
means they
they
auto
are
fail any
allowed
dex
a
saves.
saving throw no matter what.
No, I think the paralyzed condition auto fails you on dex saves.
I'm not
Yeah, it
so certain
Yes,
of
the creature-
that.
The creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws.
Okay, so it's a dex save. Okay. Now their normal evasion would count. No, you don't have to save. You're
Oh, sorry.
throwing it.
Oh.
Unless you're
Yeah.
in the 60-foot radius. Which
No,
We
I'm-
all are.
technically you all are.
No, I'm throwing it over here, which
Okay.
is measure.
Which still you guys would be.
Move back.
It would
You know
hit
what?
all three of you still. And Krampus.
Can you just summon him again? It's no big deal. I just want to stun them all.
If you stun me, I'm going to hit you.
So technically, you want me to roll for them first? Okay, evasion. The magic killer has dex save intro, blah 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 blah. Okay. What's your dex save? What's your ability save? Nagus.
16.
16. Okay.
Made it.
No. What's your save? What I'm saving against? What's your DC?
DC.
Stun. DC is. I don't know. What is a stun? Is it an intelligence or a.
No, your spells. Actually, the bomb probably says what the DC is.
I just posted
Dex.
into the
It's a
roll
dex
20.
save. Dex save versus my ability. Oh, they're not going to like this.
Ability save.
I've got 20 dex. It's a DC of 20 they have to make.
No,
Okay,
it's the. If it says against your ability save, it's against your dex save. Or, sorry, technically it's against 10 plus your dex modifier.
It should be 17 in that case.
17, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let me start with them. The first guy makes it. And
Second and third auto fail.
the second guy makes it, and the 2 auto fail.
Okay, that's fine.
So let's see
they're
if you stun
double
me.
stunned. No, let's see.
That's
if...
a match, right?
Yeah,
That's
it's
fine.
pass.
Yeah, that's good.
Actually,
So
hold on.
Krampus needs to do one as well.
I need to roll twice for that one guy. Yeah, Krampus needs to make one too. So does Ash.
Sorry, what save am I making?
Dex.
Dex, 17.
With advantage, I take it because we have it.
Oh, Deck. He got a 21. Krampus
Yeah.
save.
So the only one who's actually stunned is Ash.
Well done.
Oops, sorry. I was trying
What
to get
the fuck?
Is if anybody has played as what for, just imagine that flashbang saying, "You fool!" Holler is probably the only one who knows what I'm talking about.
You're my sponsor.
Well, that's okay. You can tank now then.
Alright.
With the old spooning
I
videos with SWAT 4. You fool!
I mean, he has to tank because he's in front and everyone is going before the rest of us.
Okay.
So, should I hit the ones that are not stunned then?
Yeah. So they're
For this one.
they're pretty much out of the fight forever.
Let's go for this one.
Well, I believe that was all of your prepared actions, yes? Or no? Does still somebody have a...
I think we're about ready to start the regular turn order.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let's
I
go.
thought we were doing.
Okay. So this guy in the back, he notices that his friends are a little out of the fight, but he can't do much. Hold on, is the feed on 5, 10... grant that? But it's a level 5 spell.
It's a level 5 spell. Now you know.
Yeah, but I figure on the timescales we're operating, you wouldn't have time to tell me that, would you?
Probably not.
So I'm going to... In character, I would not know the level of the spell, so I'm going to counterspell at 3rd level. Which means I have to roll.
Yeah, you would have to roll indeed.
So DC is...
I believe so, since it's 5.
Oh, wow. Question. Is proficiency bonus added to that?
I don't believe so, actually.
Stunned, guys.
No, I was for the wall of fire. This is a separate spell that I'm saving for.
Sorry,
With-
you're now
with
at
the guy
the
who's
meteors.
awake. So the first guy fails. They do have still the evasion inactive. Ooh, they still fail. Oh my! So 7 and 11, which is should be totaling of 18. So 18 damage. Fuck his bloody. The guy for the stunned. 18. So slow doing this way. 18 and 18 damage. Okay, which would bring you done. I already rolled saving throws for the hold person and stun for this guy, which would bring us to Sambolini. Who is currently taking -1 to his saving throws because he was hit with the stinging needle.
Damn.
Okay, that guy. Are you going to use on him?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. In retaliation for the needle attack, I'm going to point at this guy and say, "Your attack was just like your dick, a tiny prick."
Go
That's
straight for the jugular.
Pretty sure that should be 2d4 for the damage. Don't know why that's changed.
well. I hate to tell you, but he saves.
Oh, that's mean. Don't you be mean, Marcus.
And are you done? Move actions,
Hell no, I'm going to run away.
healing words.
I'm sorry, would somebody like to be healed by 1d4 for a spell slot? Didn't think so.
Well, hasn't
But
it increased? It doesn't matter.
But I am going to point at... Okay. Negus or Ash, who wants to have the bardic inspiration?
Remember that Ash is still stunned by Nagus's amazing stun bomb.
Right! Negus, go get him.
Which
Cut them to bloody pieces.
brings us to Ash, who is still fucking flashbanged
Yes.
and completely stunned. So go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw against Nagus. Says effect.
Oh wait, those
have
guys
both.
ended their turns around the circle, right?
That guy did, yes.
Yeah, that guy won. That one guy.
Okay, sorry. Continue.
So he takes that damage again.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, go ahead and click it.
And he auto-fails a save.
Which I literally can't do anything about right now. So that was Ash's turn. Krampus, but we're waiting for your...
No, that's not Ash's turn.
He's
It's not Ash's.
stunned.
Listen, let me speak. I got advantage. That means I got a 22.
It
Actually,
doesn't matter
24.
because saving throws are at the end of your turn.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Unless you have some kind of an effect or item that lets you A, roll before your turn or at the start of your turn.
No. Go ahead. You're good.
So 15 damage. That's one rule that we're keeping
Sorry,
to.
hold on a second. Who are you talking to about 15 damage and what's that from?
Oh, no, that's from the wall of fire.
Wall of
It's
fire.
from that guy.
Okay. Okay.
yeah, you're not taking any damage.
Okay. So, unfortunately, Holler was Mini Pompini and moved
Hey,
away.
question, Marcus. I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Would that circle of fire technically count as an attack? Because here's the thing. Since these two are paralyzed, any attack originating from within 5 feet of them is an auto crit.
Not technically doesn't count.
It's more like an area of effect. So
It's
I'm
more
not
of
sure
an
if it's...
area of an effect. It's not an attack.
If he rolled the d20 to attack with the spell, then it's an attack. And if they did a
it's-
saving throw, it's
It's like
I mean,
comparing it to like if they were in a natural fire. It's not really an attack.
That part's fair, yes.
But this guy, I'm gonna kind of cheese his turn, which he will begin his turn by moving there. Casting Dispel Magic as a bonus action on this guy at 3rd level because he does not know what the fuck is going on. Which whole spell save is 18, I believe, or 17.
No, he saves against 15 because he saves against 10 plus the spell level and a cast at 5th level.
Okay. Right. So he succeeds with Dispel Magic. But he's still stunned, I believe.
1 second, Marcus.
Uh-huh.
I'm allowed to counterspell that.
Okay.
So may I just kindly gift for consideration? Fuck you!
Okay. Which will continue his turn, which is like, fuck! That didn't work! You motherfucker!
Hey, wait, Crumpus didn't get a turn.
Oh, do you wanna do something with him?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Which one of these guys is paralyzed?
That guy over there.
This one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the bottom one?
The bottom one.
Okay. 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, nah, he ain't doing shit. Never mind, continue.
You cheap motherfucker, Holler. I'm gonna get you for that one.
No, you're not.
He is fucking pissed. So let's see, he used one of his movements, so 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 35. 20. Ooh, all of you would be in. Oh, Zambolini. Save for the stinging needle.
Which save is that?
It's a. Let me see. It's a Constitution save. DC 15.
I do not make it.
And Ash, roll the same saving throw.
Sorry, what was the throw?
Constitution.
Are you going to split them or?
The one that's bloodied up the most. Which one is that one?
The one at the bottom over here.
Him? Yeah. I'm gonna hit him until he goes down.
Smart.
Where is it? There it is. 1.
Hit. Miss. Hit. Hit. So, got it. Not quite. Done.
Next one is him.
Okay.
Are any of the other ones bloodied yet, or?
Not yet. They have taken some damage from the wall of fire.
Well, this one's still knocked out.
Yeah, those two are still stunned out of the game. That concussion bomb is being somewhat useful.
Yeah,
here.
well, I want to guess. Yeah, I'll leave him out. He gets it, so he gets the last one, which is 15.
50. Okay.
And then my bonus action, 2 more meteors.
Okay.
On him.
Okay.
We'll get some both.
I'll roll those dex savings right now.
Let's see. 1, 2. Nope. Damn it.
They have advantage.
So they take half.
5 and
4.
yes, I believe you are correct. Even though technically they could take half of half, but
They can.
I'm just gonna take half because they have pretty much the same evasion of that you have.
Yeah, I have fire in. It's called fire in the veins. I'm gonna add that onto my character sheet.
Yeah,
At 6th level, you gain
should.
resistance to damage.
This guy is still stunned, so you get your wall of fire.
Oh yeah, he's still stunned.
He is still stunned. That's gonna go on forever, isn't it?
Hey, I'm not questioning it. Oh, nice.
21. Okay, he did not like that. Right, Haller is still immobilized in the aura of fun.
Mobilized inside of a zone that's going to fuck me up.
Well, it's not gonna kill you straight off.
Well, I'm also pretty badly bloodied. So and considering I'm immobilized until save ends, I'm going to have Harambolini make a comeback.
Okay.
Because unlike T-Rexolini, he has a ranged attack.
What is it that you're turning into? The monkey?
Come on.
Giant ape.
The ape. How much is a giant ape weigh?
A lot.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, on the positive side, you're a lot warmer in this frozen mountain.
Ranged attack. Throw poop. No, sorry.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was my action. So now I have the fun of making saves. Which save was it against the needles?
No, this is negative burst, the secondary effect. When a creature ends its turn in the aura, they must make a wisdom saving throw DC 17. If they fail...
Let's start with that, and after that we're going to do against the needle attack, which still affects me, by the way.
Yeah, the
Because I
minus
failed
one.
to save against that. So let's say I do not save against the negative aura.
Okay. Do you want to make a saving throw against the needle? That's only a DC saving 15.
Which ability is that?
That's Dex. Yeah, Dex.
Save against that.
Okay. So, you take... this is not that much. But it will start stacking. Hold on, let me... wait, he takes 12 plus the damage, and... What does that... Oh, okay. I was wondering, was that it? I just checked and the secondary effect, you are at stage 2.
Oh.
It's been too long, hasn't it? Yeah, I think it's time for an explosion. Sorry, ball of fire.
Okay.
And let's see, it has, what's the diameter again of this thing?
Well, 31 apparently, but what's the range? I believe it's
Yeah.
30 feet within 120?
It is 20 feet.
20 feet.
Yes.
Okay. I assume the two guys on the back?
No.
Drop it there.
No, I'm not dropping there.
Yeah, drop it about there. I should get them both.
Tell you what, I'll make you a one-time offer. If you want, you can burst a wall of fire at the same time to do double damage.
Krampus is hit. But, damn it, you're gonna get hit as well. I'm trying to call you.
Yeah, you might just want to get these two.
Yeah, just.
Okay.
And that wall of fire thing.
It's a shame that you only have dex saving throws with this. Because they have automatic advantages against each dex save.
Oh, okay.
Okay, health on both. So that's 25, I believe.
No. Half of both of 15.
What the fuck, I was... 15, I meant to say, but for some reason, my mouth just went to say then 25.
Okay, and then my last two meteors right here.
Okay. Go ahead.
And
Save. And save half and half, so 5. And what is that? 3. 8.
and that ends my turn.
Those meteors really badly chip away their health, even though it's a low level spell. Okay, this guy is still stunned, so let me see, saving throw, no. Which would bring us to Harambulini.
Wait, who was stunned again? Yeah, he's taking some damage.
Yeah, he's taking wall of fire.
They both
15.
are.
So, Hollard, you are still, even though Ash moved you, I believe you are still immobilized and deafened. If either of those affect you in any
Sorry,
way.
what is?
Yes, I'm very affected by immobilized.
What were the two conditions? One was immobilized, the other was.
Deafened.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Devon doesn't do anything against me, but immobilized does.
And maybe the saving throw one, because he didn't save against that one either.
I did save against that
Oh,
one.
never mind. Yeah, you're right. Okay, well, you have a ranged attack, I believe you were
Indeed.
hollering about.
So on this guy, $22.
Yeah. He flamed his poo-poo at him.
That would be 31 bludgeoning damage.
He's dead.
Damn. Big ass piece of shit you threw at him.
That's fucking rock hard poop, that is. It's a high fiber diet projectile.
And then let's see if I can save.
Actually, it's a save, it's both. So, just making me a one saving throw.
Con or wisdom?
Wisdom, in this case. Which, this save was 17.
So no.
Unless you have bonuses from, like, Ash's sword or something else.
How close do I have to be for that?
Ash, you know the best.
Sorry, for which one?
The
sword.
saving throw bonuses from your sword.
Yeah, like 10 feet.
Okay.
Too far.
I don't know. In that case, oh well. Ash,
I get to do something now?
yeah, you get to do something.
Okay.
But only if you're nice.
Does anybody look like they're dying or need urgent service? I know Hambellini's stunned, or he's deafened, but that's
He's bloody too.
I'm not bloodied in Harambuli form.
True.
okay. Well, if you don't look too messed up, then I'm not going to do anything specific. See this guy over here?
Yeah.
Let me fire an arrow at.
Ooh. Ash has learned some new skills.
Can you use smite for your arrows?
No, but let me do it anyway and see what we can.
Smite arrows. You imbue each arrowhead with.
I wish.
No, but it's the classical thing. If he wanted to, he could place the arrows, I believe.
There you go. You can bless them.
I don't think I can.
You can bless them with smite.
22's a hit.
Yep, 22 would be a hit.
That's 8 damage. Let's do it again.
Yeah, you do have haste.
That looks like. Well, I have 3 attacks. Big ones. So this one is a miss, though. I take it.
Yep.
And this one's a miss too. So only 8 damage on him.
Oh my.
You have to roll the 100.
Alright, Butch.
Yeah.
Let me bring up the Butch table. That's a weapon attack, so 18. As you are fighting, you notice an effective... no, never mind, that's a crit effect. Let me look at the Butch effects.
I'll take it.
Ranged. You spill your quiver. You must pick your arrows individually.
I spilled my quiver. That happened to me last night too.
Oh dear, you spilled your load. Oh dear.
Sorry, what was the second thing? I should have been paying attention. What was the second? I spilled my quiver and then what?
You must pick your arrows individually from the ground using your environmental interaction or use an object action.
Yeah, we'll worry about that later. I'm gonna leave the arrows on the ground, but also I'm gonna to here because my speed is double, my movement is double.
Oh, what? Well, Krampus.
Krampus is gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Hey, he hit once, so he might hit again.
30, and here he's going to invisible.
Oh, huh? Invisibility. Okay, let's see. He does not. He broke the stun last turn, so I'm gonna move away from your stupid aura. Just gonna move around.
Is that an attack of opportunity?
No. He entered his zone, but he did not exit it at any point.
Okay.
And... fuck it. Multi-attack, negative blade. I got nothing else. He has a couple of self-boost spells, but those are not really useful at this point. Stinging Needle is not useful, and he already used Negative Burst himself. He only got one of those. So... here we go, Ash. 3 attacks.
Good luck hitting.
1,
Oh, snap.
2, and 3.
1 hits. Plus 40... what was it? 44, I believe. Hold on, I just hit Nagus with this. Yeah, 44. So, 25 damage. Not bad. Acknowledged.
I'll take that. Dark Hand.
This guy.
I wonder how well, actually, never mind, you're flying. I was gonna wonder how well can you see through that wall of fire.
Easy. I'd go above it.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
60 foot high.
That's
It's
what I
60
was
foot
saying,
high.
that you're flying.
Oh, sorry, 20 foot high.
Not an issue. Right. Assassination and go for him. First one. Miss.
Botch.
Ooh.
Ugh. Second. That's a hit.
That's a hit.
Third one. That's a hit as well.
I got 2 hits.
So 2 crits basically. Assassin. 18.
Just tell me the total. I don't want to do the separate damage.
40.
And when I end this soon and take a shower.
60.
60. Wow, on the fucking dot. On the nose.
Hold up a second. Oh, he's dead. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was moving him so I can put in the axe. And, well, you guys won this. The last guy alive is the stunned enemy.
Oh, he's
So,
yeah.
Bill, I guess, finish him off.
No, we won't. We can interrogate him.
We could do that. Smart idea. I'm gonna dispel this. Good. And use my action to tie him up.
Yeah, let's search him thoroughly and then tie him up.
Yeah.
Well, technically it's still a combat encounter because
Yeah.
next turn is his. And he could still
Okay.
save out of it. So tell
Let's
you
take
what,
off.
let's see if he saves out of it. He does not,
Right.
so never mind.
Let's remove his weapons and arcane foci and all that stuff from him.
Yeah, you see some like incense and some arcane powder on him. You see like a couple of like magic enhancing potions.
Now I want to non-lethally break his leg.
You see like he kind of has like this summoned sword, so when he gets knocked out, you see his like negative blade disappear.
Put something in his mouth, like some rags or something, because some spells can be just used done by words.
You see that he has like his fire-resistant cloak.
We'll take that.
Hey, Beal, you put something in his mouth.
Maybe if he tempts me.
Cut one of his nuts off and put that in. That'll wake him up.
No, let's not wake him up yet. Let's make sure he's bound and he can't speak.
Oh, I'm going to fly over and give Zambolini a potion. Which is it 3d8?
I think so. You have quite a different number of potions.
Before you do that, I'm going to turn back into Zambini, actually.
Okay.
So I have my own health back. And are we going to short rest?
I think so.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Because in that case, I'd rather spend my hit dice first.
Okay. And loot these buggers who...
If anyone else needs to spend hit dice, remember the bonus you get from my Song of Rest.
You see that they have like a couple of days of rations on them.
Who has good to tie them up? What type of roll saving throw would we have to roll?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, because I don't want them escaping.
I also, before he wakes up, I cast Zone of Truth.
Uh-huh. But he eventually wakes up. If you let him.
Yeah, let's wake him up. Hey, Bill, why don't you play good cop and start to talk to him?
You want me to play the good cop? Okay.
Yeah, I'm in a bad mood.
Oh boy.
I'm going to stay out of this. I think this is going to be more amusing.
What are you doing here? I look him straight in the eye and say, what are you doing?
He looks at you and he's like, Private Jensen of the 101 Scout Division.
Okay. I'm going to ask you who you were. The question is, what?
Private Jensen, 101 Scout Division. He seems to be only giving his
the whole name,
regiment name and rank.
Let's see if I have anything in my inventory which will
No, I got this. One more time. What are you doing here? And this time, I still have 2 meteors floating around me. I grab one in each hand. What
He's
are
like
you doing here?
nervous, and he starts with like,
I slowly grab one meteor and start pushing it towards his crotch.
Go ahead. Can I just pour some oil on that first? Oh, never mind. Just a suggestion, up to you.
Can I give him, like, let's see, what would be like a courage roll?
A charisma. He has to match mine, right?
I don't know, charisma is not really like courage. It's
Constitution?
No, maybe int or wisdom, probably?
Wisdom, usually.
I believe you still beat him. Well, unless we wanna go into the rules where he's a hostile and you have like a -5 to the intimidation roll and whatever. However that system works. I don't remember.
Well, if I do that, then I'll fail.
Okay, so he rolled a 20. That's fine. We can work on that. But he also has to roll for the charisma saving throw against my zone of truth.
Oh, charisma.
To be fair, the zone of truth doesn't force him to say anything. To say the truth.
No, I force him to say something. The zone makes him say the truth. Okay.
Marcus, stop.
Damn.
No.
Bad Marcus.
So I can't intimidate him.
You can still start
You're
cutting
having a
up
tough time
his,
with
like,
it.
fingers.
Okay, so he's gonna call my bluff. So I'm just gonna keep pushing that flame down. It's gonna explode and hit me and him, which I'm fine with it. So let's go and do that. He's not gonna die from just one meteor.
Says you.
Well, the pain should be quite interesting on his nads.
So he takes 8 damage.
Yeah, you see his like leg burning, giving him like 3rd degree and 2nd degree of burns.
What are you doing here?
I'll roll him out saving throw with so it was a +2, so it's a +0. As he's like losing his courage, and he's like, we were sent as a scouting party for the supply train.
Where is the supply train?
That's back there.
Somebody bring a map. I want you to point it out on this map, please.
It's just 5 kilometers that way, on the cliff.
Any guards?
The regular guard.
How many?
What's the regular guards amount? I need to know what type of guards they are. Are they magical? Are they just normal guys with swords? Are they rangers?
There's there's one mage among them.
One mage. Just one mage.
A couple of knights and it's, we I don't know the exact number.
You don't know the exact number. You know there's at least one mage, 2 or 3 knights.
More than likely, maybe a ranger.
So I'd say we should expect at least 5 people guarding that. Any other questions? I have another meteor.
You also have another leg.
The wagon train in an encamped position, i.e., sort of what's the layout, or is it moving in a line?
It's moving towards our forward position.
So it's basically a stretched out line moving position. Is that correct? Come on.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, good.
Well, sorta. It's not like a super huge like supply train. It's sort of small. It has like 6 wagons. It's kind of hard getting supplies up this mountain, so that's why there's only like 6 wagons.
Hang on, we don't even have to set this on fire. If they're going up a cliffside path, yeah?
Avalanche.
Not necessarily, just grease the path.
And then avalanche.
There is that, yeah.
Greasing the path and then meteors with fireball.